Today, I'm going to show you all the steps you need to take to get to 600 gear score before it's too late. It's been a trend with New World to get ahead and stay ahead, and this is going to be the easiest and fastest way possible to get there, with the bonus of learning how to generate a ton of gold to keep you on top and to get giant things like this to help you compensate for all of your shortcomings. My name's Claysthetics, and we're running right into it. And don't forget to like the video. It's the only way YouTube knows I exist. And our main goal for this video is basically to get you guys in the position where you can just stand around in town in your RP set all day because you're so geared that you don't actually need to play the game anymore. Essentially, the only point of any MMO. And our main goal for this is to get you guys to 300, 200, or like 450, 50 if you're a Giga Chad. Full legendary equipped gear before AGS adds this stupid patch that's going to basically downscale all gear that you don't already have. So once you're in this position, you don't actually need to worry about anything. You could just stand in town till the 620 gear comes out, and then you can go get that. And if you are worried about the expertise, don't worry. I'm going to be putting a video out tomorrow about how to get your expertise up the laziest possible way you actually could. And that's the strategy I'm using. So it'll get there eventually. And that's the mindset we need to have with it, because if we're already bissed out, we don't really need to care. But for today's video, we're going to start with how to make a ton of gold so you can look this good and stand in town all day. And I did all this by crafting, so if you don't like gambling, then just buy all your gear, because this shit hurts the mental. But if you want to see what crafting is like, in my Christmas Eve video, I spent a ton of coin, basically like 1.3 mil. I didn't have every single craft recorded, but I spent all the coin I amassed playing New World to get the gear I currently have. And that video shows the majority of me getting all my cool stuff. And that video is going to be in the description. So we're going to get right into how to make the gold. If you've been following me, you saw the earlier guides about it. You're probably already rich, but this is basically just going to be an updated version of those previous gold making guides. So that way it's more relevant to the current patch. And every time a new patch comes out, I'll just do an updated gold making guide. And I share everything I'm actively doing in small updates on like all my stuff, like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and mostly in Discord. So if you want faster updates on what you should be buying or whatever, I usually post about it there first. But like I said, things have changed quite a bit since the last video. So let's stop messing around and get right into what some of the stuff we're going to be buying to like 2 and 3x our coin that I'm using actively, and I'll show you. Daniel, it's time to RP. Starting off, basically the easiest way to get to these charms is you just type in the weapon name. So I always go Great Axe, and the only Great Axe one that's worth is a Reinforced Orichalcum Great Axe Charm. This is going to be the Gravity Well perk, easily one of the best perks in the game. And you can basically always find things that are going to be worth a ton of gold based on what the meta is or what the most popular builds are, right? So Great Axe, obviously one of the big juicer ones. As you can see, the current sell order. Oh. There you go. As you can see, the current sell orders are like 3,300 gold, and the buy orders are 1,500, and they actually sell at 1,500 like pretty often. So if you want to double your money, this is a great one. Really, I'm in it for like a 5x plus right now, though, so I'll show you some of those other ones. And by the way, this is basically just my full list of charms that I buy, and I'm just going to screenshot my little notepad and put it in the description of the video. The next big one is the Leeching Path of Destiny perk. This one kind of sucks now because a lot of people got into buying it, but you know, there's only 4 buy orders to fill before it goes back down to 250, and then it's a nice little 4x. This one is basically the mandatory perk if you're playing Warhammer at all. Basically, it's just a Sundering Shockwave perk. This thing is ridiculous. It looks like there's 10 buy orders before you can get a decent pickup on it. But either way, you're still making money. And if you are crafting gear, make sure you're doing buy orders. Don't just buy it outright. It's too expensive. This one is the Orichalcum Firestaff Charm. This one's going to be for Fireball. This is actually one of the ones, I think this is my pre-order. I'm almost positive. It sure is. I have 5 of them. So that's an easy like 5 or 6x, whatever that was. And this one's going to be for Refreshing Pillar. Easy 10x. I don't even know if I have any of the, you know what? We're going to buy 10 right now. Okay, so the Void Gauntlet one's a little confusing because there's 2 Orichalcums. You want to go for the top one. This is going to be the Scream perk. This is one of the craziest perks in the game. It actually just makes you dead when you, this is like, you're already dead when you get screamed. This like doubles down on how dead you are. But as you can see, the buy order's low and the sell orders are high. So just get into it and make some money. Hello. Yeah, these usually go, I wish there was like a market thing to show. Like these usually go for like thousands of gold. I guess somebody reset the market and is trying to debate people into selling them low. Like almost every single person uses Jagged Animal Claws and they craft weapons. Almost everybody. This one's almost always going to be high priced, and it's actually fairly easy to go farm it. So while I was about to go over like the main stat, like battle medals and stuff like that, somebody just like reset the market on Eden to like 50 gold each on almost all of them. So I'll just have pictures of every single one of them up here. If you had them already, I guess you're rich. I know I'm selling all mine right now. This is also the website I use to know what all the craft mods are called, and it's going to be linked in the description for you, but it's just New World Fandom Wiki Craft Mods, whatever it's called. But if you're just curious, you click Great Axe, you get something like Insatiable Gravity Well. It basically just tells you what everything is. Somebody needs to do some work on the wiki because it's still not updated for Void Gauntlet, but hey, it'll give you most of them. So now I'm just going to run down Timeless Shards really quick. They're crazy volatile, and they kind of fell off in buy order like recently. But just to show you, I buy ordered a ton of just like stuff I needed to craft, and I saved a ton of money by ordering it all. But when a big guild gets a payout, all these sell orders get purchased out immediately, almost every single time, because they want to go craft, and then some of these buy orders actually become relevant. Some of the best Timeless Shard pre-orders you can do are on light gear and medium gear, and heavy chest and heavy hat. So I'm just going to pop all of the names of those up on screen like this. You can buy them all like that instead of us just one at a time searching through them like we did with the charms. I only thought about this now, so it is what it is. But if you have any sleeper items that you don't mind sharing, let me know so we can all succeed together. I'll just ping your comment. I also read and respond to every comment, even if it's sus, so that's great sometimes. And that'll go into another like huge money maker that is consistent every single day and isn't relying on the market. Like, I know a lot of people don't like to use the market, so we're going to get away from the market, and I'm going to give you another strategy that's just basically like free real estate. And it's never going to be bad. I also talked about leveling and refining up in this video, and if you did at that time, you're very blessed because it was hella cheap back then, and now it's crazy expensive. Again, it's the do it early and you're set, and if you do it late, you basically just lost out. The whole point of this video is basically to give you the ability to craft Asmodean Phoenix Weave, Runic Leather, Runestones, and Glittering Ebony. It showed you like the crazy strategies to get there and how to make 10,000 gold per day. It's still 7,000 gold per day on Eden. The money really hasn't changed at all. But even if you don't want to craft this stuff, you can sell the cooldowns. Asmodeum goes for like 2,000 gold, and all the other ones go for 500 gold each. And this is on Eden. Probably more expensive on smaller servers. I'm not really too sure. Let me know how much they would go for on your servers in the comments. But if you're lazy, 3,500 gold a day min, and you don't even have to think. You literally just pass go and collect 3,500 gold for logging in every single day. And people buy these cooldowns like candy. I buy these cooldowns like candy all the time, bro. But the main thing is, if you were to level up your refining now, it's going to be crazy expensive if you buy everything. So make sure you go farm it all out yourself. It really doesn't actually take that long, other than the like woodworking. Woodworking's pretty brutal because of the way they nerf the elemental wolves. They actually used to be nice. Now, if you want to make your money right away, you can sell all your materials, but I would recommend that you wait until if a certain guild gets a payout on your server that owns Everfall and Windsward. Whenever they do get paid out, all the materials spike in price extremely heavily. That's a really good time to sell, just as a heads up, because you'll get a lot more out of all your materials. Because I'll probably be one of the people buying them. I personally try to hold all my materials and just craft with them. I craft pretty often just for profit, and I have a gambling problem. So, but this is basically the reason I'm full bisque gear now. And some of the items aren't like perfect. They've got like one good perk, but like they're legendary, and that's really all you're looking for, is to get that big 300-200 split. When you get that, you are just insanely powerful, and it's going to carry you through the next patch, because 620 isn't going to push you to some crazy new breakpoint. You're only going to be able to gain like maybe one stat per item, and it's not really going to do anything for you on other the weapons, is what I'm thinking, unless they add some kind of like crazy extra perk to 620 gear, which God, I hope they don't. And honestly, gear in New World doesn't really matter to a certain point. And I know there's a lot of copium saying different, but take it from somebody who stands on Windsward steps that owns Everfall and Windsward. You can beat the majority of people wearing faction gear. And in my 2 build guide videos, I'm wearing like full faction gear, purple gear, shit. I think I even have like a blue ice gauntlet on. You don't need the best gear to destroy everybody, right? Now, having the best gear definitely makes you feel pretty good. The difference between 600 item level and 620, there really isn't going to be a difference. You're going to be about the same power. So I'm going to go over what you should run for most medium builds. And this Google Doc's also going to be linked in the description. Basically just shows you like the min-max for your armor type. So if you're going to go this medium build that I went, you're going to want light pants, 2 medium pieces, 2 heavy pieces with heavy chest. Heavy chest gives you the most resistances across the board. There's no doubt about that. And you're going to get a total of 1108 armor rating. Now, if you do want to run the heavy chest and legs, just so you can equip the light hat, because the light hat actually does look the coolest, and there's no capping about that. You only lose 4 armor rating. It's really not that big of a deal. This is basically how you calc your armor. And if you do want to copy me, what I did was heavy hat and chest. I went for like the Centurion vibe, and I think I look really cool in game, right? Like I literally have an RP set, so I can look a little bit cooler. You know, like I love this shit. I eat it up. But essentially, on your weapons, you're going to want to roll main stat. I rolled strength on mine, just flat. On your armor pieces, for heavy, you're going to want to roll con on your hat and chest. This is going to make sure that all the purples actually sell and you get some money back out of them, because that way you don't just like throw your money into the abyss. If you roll strength on a chest piece that rolls something with like anything else that for any other class, they're just not going to buy it. You want to roll con on your hat and your chest. This is actually going to make them universal items too for every bruiser build you're going to play. And that's all I really play in this game. So like my Ice Gauntlet Great Axe build, for instance, is a medium build too. And I swap out these 3 pieces. So after your hat and your chest, on your medium gloves and boots, you're going to want to roll the main stat for the DPS that you're going to be playing for that spec. So like for instance, in my Hammer Great Axe build, I'm rolling strength. In my Ice Gauntlet Great Axe build, rolling intellect. And then for your light pants, you just going to want to roll flat damage for them. And obviously plus your perk. Like you want to be using timeless shards here. If you don't use your timeless shards, you're actually crazy. I don't know what to tell you if you're not using timeless shards for crafting anymore. And then again, on my accessories, just con on every accessory. That way, if you get a purple accessory, it's just going to sell, and it can sell to basically anybody. Now for all you real motherfuckers that always stay until the end of the video, you know I love you the most. And that's why I'm going to tell you guys where to raw farm, and like the plebs that left earlier. Ironwood and wire fiber are usually fairly uncontested, and they go for quite a bit of gold on the marketplace. And that's how I make a lot of my gold too. I do all the buy orders and I do the farming. I know people say there's a lot of bots, but you literally just drop a tent in the path of the bot and it will get stuck on the tent. Or you can, like, if you know a bot's farming around your shit, you can drop a tent on one of the nodes and it'll just run around node in a circle the whole time around your tent. Fuck them. They're all rats. And don't forget to max your trophies out. It makes a huge difference. I got almost all of them at T4. Wait a minute. Oh, I know what I'm doing after I'm done editing this video. I'm getting my last logging luck one up. I didn't really bother with the mining other than the 1500 base. I just don't mind. I'm not going to lie to you. I did that video in the Scorch Mines, and that was the end of mining for me after that. That shit got, that video ruined that spot, and I have nowhere else that I want to farm. And it's almost impossible to do it now with all the musketeers there. So hopefully this actually helps you guys get to that disgusting 300-200 split. If you're playing like a melee bruiser, or that like 400 plus dex build if you're a Giga Chad. So if you gain some value from this, please subscribe. We're on the glow up to 1K. I actually can't wait to get there. And I honestly hope you all stay beautiful and blessed in this new year. I know as long as we all stick together, we'll get through it. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.